what's the polite way to say this? Stuff happens, and there's a reason why stuff happens, and also we're waiting for the end of the end times. And in the midst of that, the process will be when the system hits the fan. Everybody wants to know, and I think that's why we look at the news, and usually the news has no meaning um, unless you're a deeper thinker and you kind of plug it into your overall outlook, your philosophy, your prophecy. And it seems like with all these tragedies and all this crime from the top down, especially in the top, the white collar crimes and just the systemic corruption, it's pretty obvious. But how can we get in there and change things? See, if I could just snap my fingers and go in there and start doing things a different way, I'm pretty sure that quickly everyone else, everybody, all of you would start to realize the refreshing change, and I would basically know what I'm doing, or else I wouldn't be doing it. Like some of these other people. I don't think that they claim to know what they're doing. They're just there because of nobility, which is something that they've inherited, or even if they're like some upstart, they come from out of nowhere. It's usually because the noblesse oblige, the oligarchy, those that have the power, have granted it to them to be a puppet because they needed a slightly different puppet, just like you see with the President of the United States right now. But I think it's rather amazing, remarkable, and astounding that we're going into another depression. If you're not feeling it yet, then I am surprised that you have the ability to remain immune or untouched, detached. It's an accomplishment. So you must be either protected or doing some incredible moves, strategy to not suffer. But you, most majority of you are feeling the effects. So let's face the fact we're in the depression. They're not doing anything in the positions of power to get us out of the depression. And as I'm saying, the most remarkable thing like that flabbergasts me is that we just had a depression, we just had problems, we just had a huge war because of that depression. This was from 80 to 90 years ago, and screaming from the rooftops, why are we going into another depression? Our grandparents dealt with the last one, or our own parents if we're a little bit older. For those of us that are too young, though, you don't remember your great grandparents or the ones before that. So it might be a little bit shocking for you. It's like, oh, God, what am I going through? This is everything costs more. It's hyperinflation. The value of the dollar, the currency, is being undermined. People want to go back to a gold standard. Well, a gold standard never worked anyhow. It shouldn't be a gold standard, but if you want to use gold as a hedge or commodity for trading on some lower organic level, that's great, you know. But when it comes to bigger deals, larger deals, it's all electronic, it's all fractional reserve, it's all dishonest, and it's just not going to float. That ship is sinking. That's why we're in this depression. And the people in charge just don't know what to do. Bernanke, Geithner, all them, Federal Reserve, all them, they do not know what to do. So that all they do is what they've been doing, which means that they never knew in the first place, and they continue on with that. I'll debate them hands down. They don't have the economic policy. That's what you call it, but what would be sane? What would be a great system for this planet so that we'd actually have civilization advanced so that we could deal with some of these problems and it would be solved? solvent. They are insolvent. The next great catastrophe of the stock market crash is coming. Well, it didn't happen this year in particular. It didn't happen last year, but it did. It did. All the cracks are showing. Cyprus, bailouts. I don't know why the kids are like that, right? They always got to have something to scream about. It's like me, But every once in a while you get a kid who knows what he's talking about. They're not all gibberish. And that's the thing. A friend of mine was saying, we're looking at the Peter-Appleseed thing, that whistleblower, and they were like, oh, I don't know, because this is a very scientific person that I disagree with very much, with my friend talking about the extraterrestrials and this big cosmic struggle that's going on outside of the planet. That's fine if you want to believe that, but I don't know. I really don't have proof, and I'm not going to look for unsubstantiated proof. And therefore, because it's so vague, I'm not looking to extraterrestrials to save me or to save us. I'm not looking for that. And my friend said with the Peter-Appleseed thing, it must all be crazy nonsense that they're trying to distract us with. But I reminded him that some of it's true. They purposely wove that into there, a very true, factual piece of information, so that they could wrap it up in there and have us discard the whole thing. They want to discredit that piece of information that's going around. It's a shred of information that we need to know, but they wrapped it up into the thing that we are going to discard. And that's what I need to warn everybody. And can I come to you today and tell you what piece of information has been rolled up into that garbage, and tell you that that's the part that shouldn't be thrown away? Almost like, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Can I today tell you what that is? No, I can't. Because I haven't unraveled it yet. If anyone has, I welcome you to make comments. I don't appreciate the comments that are coming in about suspicious observers, because I've already said that person and that operation, that covert thing that they're doing, that PSYOP, has been discredited. They don't like that. They're blocking my videos. Apparently, if it's a fake war, a faux pas, or whatever it is, just to make us believe that one side won out over the other and Dutch Sense is down. Just yesterday, all the videos went down on Dutch Sense Reloaded, and I just took a moment to check the channel, and he's only got 2 videos up. Only got 2 videos, and they're like, it says the title, Classic Dutch Sense Channel Before It Was Deleted. So whoever's running that, just if it's Dutch Sense or whoever, I don't know. But it's just saying, here's some classic stuff, and they talk about like Idaho, I forget what state it was, or Iowa cloud seeding. So there's weather, geoengineering. I thought of Idaho because there's a great big wildfire there, and of course, 99% of the time, they are going to claim with a knee-jerk reaction that it was caused by a lightning strike. Nobody knows, and nobody was there to see the lightning hit any particular tree, and those people that are doing the investigations, I don't trust one bit. Why should I? Because I know about the things that the government and the shadow government are doing, and there's Agenda 21 and various other things like that, and they're trying to burn down the forests. And they're doing a pretty good job. A pretty good bad job, I would say. What more can I tell you, folks? The whole house of cards is dropping down around us, and I'm going to do what I have to do for any people that are close to me. I have an open invitation to people, and it's getting a little bit embarrassing because nobody answers it, nobody receives it, nobody accepts it, nobody comes to do anything. And that's because my video that I just did, I said false conspiracy thing where I got really pissed, and I'm bitter right now. All right, I'm just here to be honest and real with everybody, all the viewers, and I appreciate your comments. I see where you're at. You know, you're really getting truth, and we're agreeing on very good points. You know, these are building blocks. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, I'm isolated. You know, I'm a leader trying to get something done, but the whole system is jammed up, and we won't allow this kind of thing happen. It's an old regime that's dying and killing us all as it goes down. So I'm very bitter right now, knowing what I know. It's just the truth. I tell it like it is. But nobody seems to be able to move from their position where they're stuck. And I said that before. I said, you're stuck. We're stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Where am I supposed to go? I'm supposed to come to you? I'm supposed to go to this city? You want me to save New York? Do I have to? What can you possibly gain by saving New York? Look at all the movies where they show it's destroyed. You know, they had meteor and it just came in at an angle and plowed like through the entire Manhattan Center. They've got all these movies. What was that other one? Not 9/11. July. I don't know. It just was that movie where they had just the whole destruction come down on the city and also on the White House, and they had all that. I guess it was aliens. Some kind of bullshit. Why should I save any of those cities? Why should I go there and be like, oh, I'm here to protect you. I will show you how you can make this ship float, when it wasn't made to float. It was made to sink. I have to go somewhere new. Are you willing to come with me where it's new? And you hear about these people that want to go to me where it's new. They've been doing that for years, but we never succeed yet because it's a freaking exodus. And how do you people want it to be done? Like, think about it. How do you want me? You want me like Anderson Cooper? Do I look like Anderson Cooper to you? The reason why I don't really, I look like something beyond Anderson Cooper, is because I'm going to give you the news just like they do. I say this, and then I don't dwell on it. I don't go around in circles at that level of, oh my God, it's terrible. Oh, let's keep focusing on it. I say, wow, look at this thing that's going on. With the disaster, the accident, the fighting, the government, the problems that they have. They can't have a freaking budget without a deficit. All these fucking nonsense. And I cut to the chase. And I'm not like Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or all of them or Fox News, Bill O'Reilly. What a fucking scumbag. Did anyone think that I'm not against the conservatives or them too? And I'm still not so sure about Glenn Beck. Do you fucking blame me? And the Tea Party and whoever else is out there and the fucking Occupy and We Are Change and fucking Alex Jones and now Mark Dice? Are they fucking legit or just another shill operation? Real deep undercover psyop? I tell you because I have none of that going on, if you haven't figured out yet. I'm not one of them. I'm myself. I stand alone. And I will fight the beast. I don't need anyone to do it. But I'm telling you, when I give you the news, I can say, fuck the news. Like Anderson Cooper will never do. I can tell you the news and say, and fuck the news. Because I have something else for you. And I have to lead into that. Anderson Cooper and CNN and all the other mainstream networks, mainstream media, major mainstream media, have nothing else to offer. Read my lips. They will give you the news, keep you hooked and focused on the fucking bullshit that you can't affect, and they will never give you anything else except the next commercial that's going to play. The next one about the new Nike. So you can go fucking rampage them all during the holiday and try to get your next fucking Nike pair for, if you can get it for under $200, you fucking lucky as hell. That's what they're going to give you, and then they're going to come back to the news. So really they're not giving you anything else. When I give you the news, I'm giving you something else that you can't get anywhere. This ain't the MSM. This is actually about truth. That's why I'm bitter. Because you folks are still couch potatoes to the news. And I complain to Mox News also. Just keeps rehashing. He never says anything. Mox News. Oh, here's another clip from here. Here's C-SPAN. Here's another C-SPAN junkie. Here's another clip. Here's another. Why? Why are you C-SPAN junkies out there? Why? What, you can't get unplugged from the system? None of you can seem to wake up. Even when I yell, or then how about when I'm quiet? You want me like this? Please listen. We don't have to live like that. You're all having this paradigm go on that fucking brainwashes you. Excuse my language. No, I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to swear. I'm going to be like this. You want it this way? You want to follow someone a little bit like Michael Jackson but without the money? Let me sing now. Let me swivel my hips. You've seen Elvis do it. Will you listen to me now? Billie Jean is not the one. She's just someone that says ha 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 ha. How do you want me? You don't want to listen to that. You want corporate sponsorship. You want Pepsi setting my fucking hair on fire. You want the fireworks. You want the big fucking commercials during the fucking Super Bowl. Then you're going to listen to something. Huh, Madonna? Beyonce? You piece of fucking shits? And Oprah with a fucking $36,000 pocketbook that should be shoved up your big fucking ugly buttonhole where it belongs. Oh, you can afford that. The fucking fits right in there, bitch. I've said enough. I have said more than enough for 8 years, and before that, when I was on the independent scene in New York, people remember, I've said enough. If you don't get it by now, but I'm hoping that you do. And if you do, I expect action. The time is going to come where there's going to be action. I'm going to show up somewhere when the timing is right, and you're going to say, there, move ahead. Now is the time. Now is really going to happen. I say it's now, but nobody else says it's now. Nobody else says it's now. Nobody seems to know. And until everybody can get together at the right time on that higher level to change, to transform, a paradigm shift, however you want to call it. I don't know how you want to call it. Live better? Live real? I mean, what do you want to call it? I'm not some fucking new age fucking jingo lingo. I don't care. I don't give a rat's arse. I don't care what you call it or what you label it or what this religion is or who I am. I'm just everybody. I'm everybody. Wake up. I'm everybody. Everybody's bitter now. Everybody knows the depression is on. Everybody knows the end times and when it's going to end. We're still poking around. We're still going, oh, how do I pay my bills? How do I pay my bills? I don't want to pay no fucking bills. Just live.